What's up, guys? It's Matt with the Wise Buy Guy, and I'm really excited. For me, this is a groundbreaking video. This video is actually sponsored by Streamlight. As I've been making videos, I had contacted Streamlight, was interested in reviewing some of their gear, and they were kind enough to send me a TLR-6 flashlight. So I've got the TLR-6 here. Again, I would just want to give a huge shout out to Streamlight. Thank you for supporting this channel. Look forward to reviewing this light. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into this TLR-6 for the P365. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to try this at a slightly different camera angle. So this is the TLR-6 made, whoop, there went one of my screws. It's made for a P365. This is kind of a 3-in-1 light. It has a light mode only, a laser mode only, and a light laser mode. It runs off this 1-3N battery. You have to have 2 of them. Now, depending on the mode of the light, it'll run anywhere from an hour to 11 hours. The light laser combo and the light mode both have about a runtime of an hour, while the laser mode has about 11 hours. Now, fortunately, these batteries are not very expensive. You can get them on Amazon. It's like $1.30 a piece. So there was a pack 10 for 13 bucks. So not too shabby. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show how this mounts to the light, and then we'll take it outside and show you guys how it works. It's a 100 lumen light, so it's not a crazy bright light, but it is crazy enough to get the job done. Now I know some of these were already loosened. This is for those who care, I always lose the little Allen wrenches. This is a 1/20th Allen wrench, so hopefully that'll be a help to anybody who loses theirs. So taking it apart, not a big deal. Like I said, I actually had this on my firearm the other day. I was just kind of playing around with it. There we go. So where it was just a little tricky for me actually was getting the battery case open up. So when this is mounted on your firearm like so, the batteries are kept underneath, and they've got this little latch here that you got to really pry open to stick your batteries in. You also have to have this undone and take it apart in order to mount it on your light. So you can see here, the light is really made up of 2 pieces of plastic that wrap around the light and the laser. You can see here some of the adjustments for the elevation on the laser. I haven't had any issues with it. It was actually pretty dialed in right out of the box, and then these are obviously your buttons. So the way that we would mount this on our light, we're going to take our P365. This is already cleared and safetied for anybody who cares. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mount it just like so on the firearm, like that. And we take your other piece of plastic like so, and we're just going to kind of snap them together here. I found it was a little bit easier to actually latch that piece to really kind of anchor it to the light. And then we're going to go ahead, drop these screws in, and we're going to go ahead and cinch these down. Again, pretty easy. Like I said, when I first got this, it did take more force than I thought to open the battery compartment. I was actually a little scared I was going to break it or a nail, you know, either one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this down. Bada bing, bada boom. And the last one. Okay. And there we are. Awesome. Okay, great. So now we go ahead, open up our battery case, drop in 2 of the batteries, positive side up, and we're going to go ahead and hit that. So the way that the light works, these buttons here, there's 2 buttons, so you can actually turn this on lefty or turn it on righty, right? So both of these, sorry for the blinding light. If you have photosensitivity, watch yourself. So, okay, so that's on or that's on. Now, as you can see, we got a light and a laser, right? So again, like I said, this is a 3-in-1. The way that you change your mode, you're gonna hit your light and you're gonna hold, and then you're gonna come to the other button and you're gonna cycle it through, okay? Now, you could obviously do that the other way. You could go here and then you could cycle through on this side. So it is completely ambidextrous, left or right, and it's really nice, you guys. I mean, it fits on there well. I don't feel like it's adding too much bulk to an already pretty small gun, but what we really want to see is how well this bad boy works in a dark house and or outside. So let's take this camera, go get a different view. Okay, so we are outside. It is super dark here on this camera, which is fantastic. So my backyard is approximately 40 feet from where I'm standing to my fence. So I want to contrast with a light that I would prefer as far as lumens. So this is going to be the light of a Phoenix PD35. It's a 1,000 lumen light. So again, you can see that lights up the entire backyard. The cool little tractor the kids play on. Easily seen, no problems here, right? So here is the stream light with the 100 lumens. So you can see, again, is that as bright as the 1,000 lumen? Of course not. But 1,000 lumen, 100 lumen. That puts out an amazing amount of light for a little itty bitty flashlight. And again, if I want the laser, I simply hold on the side and I can hit my activation. There's my laser. There's both. So you can click on, click off. Again, that does a phenomenal job. Again, this is about 40 feet at 100 lumen versus 1,000 lumen. Now, that is fantastic. So let's look at what this would look like in a little bit closer distance inside the house. Okay, so we're currently in my living room. Again, pitch black, can't see anything at all. Here's a 1,000 lumen throw. Woo, man, that takes a little bit even for the camera to catch up. Okay, so got my front door, cool little hutch. So again, 1,000 lumens, that lights up the entire thing. Let's maybe focus on the hutch. We got objects on the hutch. So that's a 1,000 lumen throw off the Phoenix light. This is the 100 lumen throw off the Surefire. Man, that just lights up the entire room. And I don't know if you guys can even see how big that throw is. So let's just compare that. So again, I mean, this one obviously is filling up the whole room, right? But that one is a tremendous amount. You can see here where, again, we got the heat, but I mean, it throws a big old beam. So for 100 lumens, I was astonished. Just simply astonished that this light was so bright. Okay, so my concluding thoughts with this stream light. Is it the brightest light that you can have for a flashlight on your pistol? No, absolutely not. Is the fact that it runs off 2 batteries and I only have an hour of light time maybe a little bit disappointing? It is, but I do think I'm going to counter that by saying the batteries are cheap and you don't have to take off the light, recalibrate it to put batteries on. So I feel like that balances out. I think it would be nice maybe to see in the future a like a USB rechargeable where you could, plug in, if there was a little thing like on the front of the light, you could just plug it in and rock and roll from there. Or maybe if it was a little bit more of a user-friendly kind of a battery. I don't know, though, how you get around that compact size. So I think like a USB recharge would be the only thing that would come to mind. That might be nice. Is that a deal breaker for me? Absolutely not. Again, this light, it's not a crazy expensive light. $100. Light, laser, and both. I think it's a fantastic light. Now, obviously, when you're comparing it to the blinding quality of, 1,000 lumen light, it's not comparable, right? It's 100 lumen versus 1,000 lumen. That being said, I do feel like the 100 lumen, the brightness of that 100 lumen, I was shocked. Again, I'm going to do it. I was probably expecting something a little bit more akin to like a cell phone light. I felt the size of that beam throw, and I felt for the brightness of the throw for that little itty bitty light at 100 lumens was marvelous. Now, I know I've talked to some friends and I've showed them the light and they're like, man, it just doesn't throw, down the block, right? Like a 1,000 lumen light does. I don't know that you need it to throw that far. Again, this light is meant to be put on a pistol. If I'm in a situation that I'm drawing my pistol at nighttime, I am not going to be shooting down the block. I'm going to be shooting at something a little bit closer range. Maybe, something inside the house. And that light worked perfectly on. The backyard at 40 feet, the light worked perfectly on. I'd have no problem identifying a threat. So for me, this TLR-6 Streamlight is definitely going to fit in the wise buy category. Again, I do want to thank the folks at Streamlight for sending me this light, let me play around with it. Hopefully you guys find this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please just shoot me something in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And you all have a great day. Don't forget to buy wisely.